of 2023 together with my groupmates Myla Darang, Jamaica Gonzalez, Kay Malikdam, Joris Miguel Binoliar, Jordan Tamayo, and Julian Velasco, we were deployed and had our observation for our course Field Study 1 in Basistan National High School or BNHS. This was made possible by the partnership between the two schools, Pangasinan State University Bayambang Campus and BNHS. Upon our arrival in BNHS, we were greeted and warmly welcomed not only by the teachers, but also by the students. We then met our cooperating teacher for this observation, Sir Cornelio Avalos, who seemed very happy and eager to let us join and observe his class in grade 10 ACR, which he facilitated from 12:50 to 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon. The moment we arrived at the classroom, we immediately were impressed by Sir Cornelio's classroom management and authority over his students and how obedient his students are. Before Sir Cornelio proceeds with the class proper, he first asks his students to clean up the classroom. After that, he then started the class with a class prayer. Afterwards, he made the students greet us and informed them that we will be observing their class. Once they were finished with their greetings, Sir Cornelio then had a recap of the previous discussion. This was done by asking students on what the previous discussion was all about. It was then we saw how active the students were in the class. There were a lot of students that raised their hands, eager to answer. Sir Cornelio's discussion was about curved mirrors, and based on our observation, the discussion was very smooth. He would crack jokes every now and then, making the students feel entertained, and throughout the discussion, the students were well behaved and were actively listening or taking notes. There was little to no disruption coming from them. Another thing that we have observed was how Sir Cornelio encourages his students to participate in the class. When he noticed that the same people kept reciting, he called for other students who he noticed that were not participating as actively as others, making them feel like they are not being left out of the class. By 1:40 p.m., the class and our observation ended. We thanked the class and Sir Cornelio for letting us observe his class, and Sir Cornelio was very accommodating to us, telling us that if we have any questions or concerns, we could approach and ask him anytime. We had a lot of fun observing Sir Cornelio's class, and thanks to him, we were able to experience what the situation is like in an everyday classroom. Based on our observation in Sir Avalos' class, there are some students who participate in the class actively, but there are quite some who do not. Those who interact with the teacher raises their hands when they want to recite or would like to share their ideas. We have also observed that the group who interact more with the teacher and are those students who are seated in front, and those students that are sitting at the back barely ever participate in the class discussion.
During class discussions, students behave differently. Some students, especially those in front, interact with their teacher actively and listen very carefully, while some students at the back behave by making fun of each other and doing their own business, such as talking to their seatmates or using their phones. They merely recite or even raise their hands to catch the attention of the teacher when a question is thrown at the class. They work on different things not related to their topic. Some passive learners do not interact with their teacher, but they listen and show respect to their teacher.
The students who participate actively are the ones who were in the front seat, since they are very attentive during the discussion, while these students who ask for most help are the ones sitting at the back or just beyond the corner. If a student cannot answer a question, they usually ask their classmates. When a learner is cold and cannot answer the teacher's questions, their seatmates will try to help them by whispering the correct answer. Some students also answered the question in chorus even though the teacher has not yet called somebody, but it does not always happen. Sometimes, if the students who was called cannot answer the question, the other students raise their hands to reinforce the unanswered problem.
Within the classroom, the principal actors are the pupils and the teacher. The facilitator of learning is the instructor. He helps the students build abstract concepts into concrete ones rather than giving them everything at once and spoon-feeding them. He also makes connections between the new information that was just discussed and imparted the prior knowledge that they already had. The teacher has a big influence on each student's unique differences by not imposing any biases. The teacher should treat each student fairly in order to give the impression that they are all receiving the same treatment from them. Everyone should be able to learn something, and the teacher should have the patience to go over everything with each student. Because of this, educators are the most honorable people. Our job is to develop future professionals, and the first step in doing so is to inspire a love of learning in our pupils and the bravery to participate and work together.
The teacher aligned the tasks in the assessment tools by designing questions or activities that directly measured the knowledge and skills outlined in the intended learning outcomes. This ensures that the assessment accurately reflects the goals set for the students.
Enter, sit, and observe the learners, a flashback came in my mind. I remember myself when I was on their age. Just like the other student that I observed, I was passive learners before. I just sit and listen to my teacher while taking down notes. I will answer a question if my teacher calls my name. Even though I know the answer, I will just keep quiet and not raise my hand because I am shy. However, despite being passive, I easily understand the lesson and I can easily determine the essence of the topic in real life.
The learners in the classroom share a harmonious and cooperative relationship. They work together effectively to complete group activities, demonstrating a strong sense of teamwork and mutual respect. This cooperation is not limited to academic path, but extends to their overall interaction, creating a supportive and inclusive learning environment. While competition can sometimes be a part of learning process, in this case, cooperation seems to be the prevailing dynamic. The learners understand that everyone's contribution is valuable and that they can achieve more by working together than by competing against each other. This cooperative spirit enhances their learning experiences as they can learn from each other's perspective and build on each other's